February 2nd, 1996. Does that ring a bell? Any of y'all? I don't think so. That doesn't surprise me one bit. 2 students and 1 teacher were killed, and 1 other was wounded by a 14-year-old who opened fire on his algebra class. October 1st, 1997. Still no one. 2 students were killed and 7 were wounded by another 16-year-old student. I've done research and it has shown that we can catch these dangerous students before it's too late, thus making school a safer place for our children. I will share with you today some of the startling statistics to show you where the problems are. Then I will discuss some of the reasons for these problems. And lastly, explain the many steps we can take to save our innocent children. School violence needs to come to a stop. There's really no other way to put it. I see no point in kids killing kids. This violence is spiraling at youth of today from every different direction. It can be seen from a variety of forms such as gang activity, locker theft, bullying, intimidation, and any other kind of assault. Studies have shown that most of the violence occurs in boys rather than girls, and middle school students are twice as likely to be violent and bully other students as high school students. Did you know that almost 30% of teens are involved in bullying, either as the bullier or the victim? That is over 5.7 million teenagers. In New York City, over the course of a single year, over 4,000 teachers reported violent crimes against them. From July 1st, 1999 to July 30th, 2000, there were 32 school-related deaths in the U.S. Parents send their children to school to be educated, not to be executed. Now it's for a solution for these problems. One solution cannot cure all these problems, but I do think that anything would be better than letting all this go on. First off, I think safety can be better ensured with metal detectors, x-ray machines, security cameras, more uniformed security guards, and more locker checks. I think the uniforms would also reduce the amount of crime. With uniforms, it's harder to distinguish the economic classes, and studies have found that bullies target the financial extremes. Uniforms would also keep students from being labeled with certain gangs through their colors or insignias. It would also make it more challenging for students to conceal a weapon. School officials can also recognize intruders more easily, as all students would be wearing the same outfit. One of the main steps that must be taken to prevent crimes. This is one of the main steps that should be taken to prevent violent crimes. In conclusion, there are many issues facing the world today, but I feel most importantly, one is looking us right in the face. Our youth need help, and I don't see why people don't answer their desperate cry for help. The answer is not always cheap or easy, but I think in order for our children to be safe and get educated, that they deserve for us to do something.